The EU AI Act. What is it and what does it mean for Irish businesses? The Act has been created in order to protect the citizens of the EU and make sure that their engagement with artificial intelligence protects the rights of EU citizens. Different articles of the EU AI Act are being rolled out at different stages over the next couple of years. So we will see advancements in this particular legislation. But to begin with, what exactly does it mean? The EU AI Act categorises the use of artificial intelligence into 4 categories. These are unacceptable risk, high risk, medium risk, and low risk. Under the unacceptable risk, that these are prohibited AI practices. The reason they are prohibited is to protect the fundamental rights of the citizens of the European Union. Number 1, AI-enabled manipulation. This is the use of artificial intelligence to create ads or targeted campaigns that are powered with artificial intelligence to create subliminal techniques and deceptive techniques that will change the way you feel or undermine your autonomy as a human. How that's going to be implemented in the days of social media and our echo chambers and our algorithms that are already quite advanced, I don't quite know, but it is something that the EU has deemed as a prohibited act of AI. Number 2, exploiting vulnerable people. This is the use of artificial intelligence to target and to exploit the vulnerable people in our society. Examples of this may be the use of artificial intelligence to target children online to expose or exploit their vulnerabilities or their lack of maturity in an online perspective. Number 3, social scoring. This is the act of classifying people based on social behaviours and then inferring or predicting personality traits or attributes, giving people a social score based on how they act. And that would then have an impact on their life or how they go about getting jobs, getting loans, getting housing based on their personalities or inferred personality traits. 5, untargeted facial recognition. So this is the collection of uncategorized facial data without consent or knowledge to uphold the EU citizens' right for free movement without constant surveillance. 6, the use of artificial intelligence to recognize somebody's emotion and act accordingly. So what does that mean? Perhaps the use of artificial intelligence by an employer to flag where someone is feeling bored or disengaged in their work, maybe have repercussions of those particular emotional engagements. 7, biometric categorization. The use of biometric data like face prints or fingerprints to make biometric predictions on what your political beliefs might be, what your race may be, and how that's going to impact your social status. Finally is real-time biometric identification. Now there is one caveat to this in the EU AI Act, and there is an exception to the rule where there is great stakes and risk involved to particular individuals. So the likes of trafficking, exploitation, or kidnapping, there is an exception to use these biometric tracking. The exception is allowed is if there is a human in the loop. So it needs to go through a judicial process and have a human overwrite this particular act, this particular section of the act. So if you have been worried about the EU AI Act and how that might impact you or your business, as you can see, this unacceptable risk category is something that is really quite important. It will protect our rights as EU citizens and will only have a beneficial effect. So in the next video, I'll have a look at some medium risk, high risk, and low risk, so that you can see how these particular ones may impact the way you run your business or the way you engage with clients and consumers. But for the unacceptable risk, by and large, Irish SMEs and individual consumers are only protected by it and not prohibited by it.